If you own an OBS F-150 between 1992 and 1996, you're not driving an old truck, you're sitting on the last generation of trucks that Ford built to be literally indestructible. And after you hear what I'm about to tell you, you'll never look at it the same way again. I've spent years analyzing automotive engineering data, studying truck durability reports, and talking to retired Ford engineers, and I discovered something shocking. There's a clear line in F-150 history, a dividing line between built to last forever and built to be replaced. And that line is exactly 1997. Everything before that, especially the OBS from 1992 to 1996, was the last time engineers still had more say than accountants at Ford. And if you want to understand why your OBS is literally the last of its kind, subscribe to the channel, because here we dive deep into what makes these trucks legends. Reason number 1, literal iron construction. The word indestructible gets thrown around everywhere, but with the OBS, it's literal. Let's start with the most basic, the chassis. Steel ladder frame with C-section beams. No aluminum, no composite materials, no weight optimization. Thick steel, pure, simple. A retired engineer told me this. We designed that frame to handle double the official maximum weight, because in real life, we knew farmers would load more. And it's not just the chassis. Twin I-beam suspension up front. Outdated system? Yes. Indestructible? Also yes. 2 solid steel beams working independently. I've seen OBS trucks with 400,000 miles on original suspension without replacing anything, just grease once in a while. Compare that to modern independent suspension. Ball joints, control arms, complex bushings, everything that breaks early and costs a fortune to fix. The twin I-beam hits a pothole that would destroy a new truck, twists, returns, and keeps going. Reason number 2, pre-electronics era engines. Now let's talk about the heart. The OBS came with 3 engine options, the 4.9 inline-6, the 5.0 V8, and the 5.8 V8, and all 3 share one characteristic, brutal simplicity. 0 turbo, 0 direct injection, 0 sensors for who knows what, just carburetor in early years, then simple multi-point injection. OBD1 with literally 5 basic sensors. I talked to an engineer who worked on Windsor development. He told me something fascinating. We designed those engines with paper and slide rules, no computer to optimize every millimeter, so we made everything bigger and stronger than necessary because we weren't absolutely certain, so we compensated with margin. Result? 5.8 engine with iron blocks so thick that people are making 800 horsepower builds and the block holds. 4.9 inline-6 that reaches 500,000 miles, burning less oil than a car with 100,000. And you know what's best? When something breaks, you fix it. You don't replace a $2,000 electronic module, you replace a $15 gasket. Reason number 3, the last before modernization. Here's where it gets interesting. Why was 1996 the last year? Why did everything change after? 1997 came with a new generation, more aerodynamic design, redesigned interior, new technology. And with it came mandatory OBD2, more sensors, more electronics, more complexity. Ford started adding comfort and technology, but each comfort was a new failure point. Window powers that break, onboard computer that fails, airbag sensor that lights up, ABS system that needs expensive diagnostics, power locks that lock you out. The OBS? Window crank. If the crank breaks, you buy another for $8 and install it with a screwdriver. Manual locks. You never get locked out due to electronic failure. Manual mirrors. Never breaks, never needs a $300 motor. An engineer told me something I never forgot. After 1996, every new project had to go through the finance department first. They'd ask, how much will this save in production? How much will make customers need the dealership? Engineering started serving the bottom line, not durability. The OBS was the last where an engineer could still say, let's make this last without an accountant asking, but what about profit margin? You want real proof? Here it is, used truck market. A 1995 OBS with 250,000 miles in regular condition is worth between $8,000 and $12,000 today, and it sells fast. A 2015 F-150 with 250,000 miles? Worth $6,000 to $8,000 and sits in ads for months. Why? Because smart buyers know the OBS with 250K still has 200K left. The 2015? It's near end of life because of electronics. You don't have an old truck. You have the last generation built when lifetime warranty still meant something to Ford. when engineers took pride in making something your grandson would inherit. So, next time someone asks why you don't trade that old OBS, you look at them and say, because Ford will never make one like this again. And when this one's done, there won't be a replacement. Tell us in the comments, what engine does your OBS have, how many miles, and what's the worst thing that ever broke? I bet it'll be something cheap to fix. If this video made you appreciate your OBS even more, hit that like button. Next week, I'm showing why the twin I-beam suspension is the most indestructible suspension ever invented, even though it's old. See you then.